I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. This is your first time stopping by my channel. Much love to you and welcome, and to my returning subs, my beautiful family. Just thank you so much for love and support. You know, we're all going through different changes right now. We're going through reflection, so we can, face anything that's holding us back towards the blessings of abundance that is, very deserving of us. And I know that it's not easy, so I'll be giving the love and vibes, to give you upliftment, understanding, and comfort towards your way and whatever is needed. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl's gonna upload her next video. And if you feel like the videos are very informative, give you good vibes, good uplift, to where you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times and needing spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It is so gratefully appreciated. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the channel I'm using today for my background meditation is called Miracle Tone Meditation. The name of the meditation music I'm using is called Self Love Energy, 528 hertz, miracle tone, healing music, enhanced positive vibrations, and meditative music. And I will post the description of their link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today, y'all, is like a WTF moment, and this what I've been reading up on. It's called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, we are about to make history and the power of transformation. Our ancestors has set us up for this very moment. Like I'm gonna give credit towards this chick. I mean, she bombers. I don't know what, but I say anytime I find out some info from a different channel, I always make sure I give them their credit. I never want to take credit off of somebody else's work. You never know what people got to do to to get but to get out the things they're speaking on. And her name is, what is her name, Rachel Leah Gerson. She's a metaphysical practitioner, and a psychic educator, and she's like a couple of other things she's done. But when I was reading up on this, I knew I was supposed to be doing a strawberry full moon um, video yesterday, but I know there's another full moon that's supposed to come up again. But it was something about a 12-12 portal. So I was looking all over for this, and I haven't seen anything that was going to be coming up right now, because they were talking when the research that I was doing, um, while I was looking up for, it was basically talking about, what's supposed to have been taking place, and it really makes sense because I'm looking like, whoa. So I had to pull up the link to this because it's like I want to make sure I'm being very informative about the information I'm taking in, So it was just like I was writing this stuff down, and then when I seen that, I'm like, man, let me just go ahead and pull this up on my computer because I'm I already see I'm about to get cramps in my hand for sitting up here doing this. But it was like this year is supposed to be it's like this is the year for us to be building a foundation. These things are taking place for a very, very, very powerful reason. It's like this the place we're in a place where it's at beginning of a new decade, is guiding us to be more clear on what we want to build. Like right now, you can have many thoughts in your life, in your mind about the things that you want to do, the things that you're trying to change in your life, the things you want to stay focused on, the things that you're trying to get closer to manifest. You've been manifesting your stuff for a long time. Going through our spiritual awakening has not been easy, but it is guiding you towards a deeper understanding about yourself, about the gifts that you carry, what your purpose is, purpose of the mission is, and where can you take it from here. So all these different things are going on where, I mean, homegirl just went into depth about it, to where, I'm not gonna have a long drawn out video. I'm gonna go ahead and put this link in my description box so you can read up on it yourself. I'm just gonna give a little snippet of what she was talking about that's going on, but it is like, wow. Wow, it's like certain things I've already spoke up on, but it's just like when you're seeing everything that's going on right now, it just feels like hell is on earth right now. Or things, like our world's about to end, but it is. It's the old is getting pushed out. Everything is coming to the surface. You're truly seeing people without their mask on. You seeing them for their ill will. You see them for their intentions, what they're doing in your life, what are they doing surrounding you, and everything's coming to the purpose for their surface, for everything to reflect, and people are seeing it in its truest form. So basically, she was talking about, this is, you're pushing your intentions not on what you don't want to deal with anymore. Because when they always say, focus on what you're wanting in your life, not about what you're trying to run away from, what you're trying to part ways with, because everything that you are stuck in right now, because it's just like, it's a lot to deal with. Whatever you got going on, it's not something that that your patience is wearing thin for your situation. You're ready for this door to close. You're dealing with your own personal issues on what you got going on in your life, but it is adding fuel to the fire when you're dealing with all the elements of different vibrations that's being gravitated towards you. Because with you in the midst of transmutation, transcending, transformation, and what was it, transition, all the spiritual transes, because I can't remember right now, because it's like, it's a lot. It's like, it brought, the past decade, it says it brought about several movements in life, where it's done politically, spiritually, and otherwise. It says that showed us that we are no longer going to merely settle for what is. This is pushing you to do what is, do what it was, what is in pure understanding of you. A lot of things is popping off right now, where people are recording other people getting, beat down, gunned down, all these different things. And when I told y'all already, things are about to take place in our life that is going to impact this world in a major way. Something is about to peak. Like I was telling y'all the other day, Mother Nature, Mother Earth is going through different, stages of her birth. She's about to birth out something that is needed. But these situations that are going on is pushing us out like, you can wish all day, but if you're not putting actions in about what you're wanting, you're not going to get that. So all these different things is taking place. It's like it was going through different levels of it. We it was like what, 2017, 2018 is when you start seeing the mask come off, especially when it comes to people that are in the public eye. you know Bill Cosby, his situation, uh the guy Weinstein, I forgot what the other dude is that just committed suicide in prison, or jail a couple of months ago. They found him hung. All these different things where people are so used to having dollars to where they can, they can hide their, their crimes and stuff like that. Well, if I pay these certain amount of money, I can be able to pay for other people to forget this. Or if I can pay them a certain amount of money without going public, they are always using money. It's like that's the root to all evil. People are using, even though that's something that we really truly need to survive, money is not everything. And I know they were like, well, shoot, you tell that to somebody who don't have money. Everything is scarce. It's like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And all these different things are taking place. It's telling you, you're going to fight for your rights. This is what's going on right now. It's like you're going to be unapologetic about what you're trying to do. You should not apologize because you're trying to make your life better. Like the negativity, okay, I get it. There's always a right and a wrong way to go about it. But it is like, people are doing things. Some people are doing things for vicious reasons. Some people want to do it just because this giving them that chance to go ahead and use this as the excuse for their wrongdoings. It's all different things that's going on right now where, you know, when it comes to, a lot of people, they're protesting. You're seeing a lot of love coming through the midst of storms when it comes to chaos. Yes, this has been going on for a while. We had to deal with, the fires in California last year, like late towards last year. And then it rolled over to go to Australia, which was, it was going on, going on, going on. And now there's so many different things that took place in those situations. It's like we're having a balance to it. It's not like something that's we wanted this to happen, because it's like you're sitting here and we felt like sitting ducks. You couldn't do nothing about this. This is nature. This is, they're going to say it's the act of God or whatever. But it was like after all this, while this is going on, a lot of our, the universe was basically testing us, like, how strong are you? They're showing you what kind of strength you can carry when you're in that determination to make things change. This is what's been reflecting to us, basically, because when those fires happened, there was people trying to help other people, making sure that they did everything they had to prevent themselves from their houses or something to be burnt down. um or they're, some of the riches, I remember, with Kim Kardashian and them, they were paying, which was like, people saw it as a good thing, but people saw it as a negative thing too as well. Where they were paying firefighters or certain sections. I guess that, I have friends in LA. I don't know how that's built up. So they probably got like at least about 1,000 or something of different police stations, as well as fire stations as well. But when it came to the Australian situation, there was a lot of things that was going through volumes of prayer. When you're on social media, you've seen how many people, they had like different meetups where people were meditating, sending those vibes out to Australia, trying to make changes, praying for everybody's safety, praying for, the animals to get safe, but then we're seeing, you know, reality where it was like very unsettling to see all these things taking place, animals and people getting killed, people losing their homes, all these different things, is just there. And what's crazy, I still trying to get this, and I know I need to research that as well. How our seasons are totally opposite from what they have over there. Those things, it's just like they're showing you through the midst of tragedies how love can be brought up out of these situations, just like the situation with Kobe and Gianna and those other people that were, passed away in that situation. Even if you were not knowing Kobe like that, for okay, you knew he was a basketball player, you knew he retired, he was like the goat of, whatever, whatever. But when people didn't even really know them, it was affecting them like that was their best friend, that was like a family member, that was, our next door neighbor. It was affecting people that really didn't know about him. You see people in the street, and it was like a bittersweet moment where we are highly affected by this, um things that took place. But then you're seeing so many people in different walks of life, like consoling each other, holding hands, um really comforting each other, because this really hit home. I was looking at something today. I guess they were coming out of the news of what, took place. And I couldn't even go through that because it was like going right back to that emotion again. I said, I can't allow myself to go through there. And it was just like certain people are part of the 1044. And a lot of these things are taking place where you're seeing these things. It was crazy when you see Kobe's, helicopter flying over, and there's different people recording these things and seeing the impact of what is taking place. That took a lot out of that, and it really affected people around the world. It was just like so many. I went on Empath platform. It was like Empowering Empath, and it was just like, is everybody feeling this right now? You can tell this impacted so many people, so many people. And throughout that tragedy, it brought love towards everybody. Everybody was sending this love towards Vanessa and her children, Kobe's family, all these people that were affected, because we lost somebody that was, that was putting stuff out in the community, making big things. And then, you have to think, Kobe's family done lost a son, the sisters, and I don't know if he had brothers or anything, lost a sibling, Vanessa lost a husband, Gianna, lost a husband and a child at the same time. I couldn't even fathom what that had to be like. I never want to know what that felt like. But all those different things, those change of events, even though they can be tragic, when you're seeing these things. It can really mess up somebody's mind, mess up their emotions and stuff like that. Just like the situation with George Floyd. Um, with all those different things taking place, we're seeing this. You're getting angry. Like, why does this have to constantly keep happening? This situation has been happening for so long it's been happening. And it was just the other day I was talking about, this reminds me of the LA riots with Rodney King. And next, I made a post yesterday. There was like food for thought. All these different transitions going through Saturn, Pluto, all these different things. It's like, the revolution, the Rodney King, riots and all these different things. And we're having it all at the same time. This is going through ultimate transformation. Floyd was 1,044. Kobe and Gianna was 1,044. So they're being held as an example of you. Basically, okay, we're allowing you to see ugliness in the world. You're seeing history of violence taking place. But it's like, since this man, has been his life has been taken, there's so many people that are also affected by this. You see the things that the police were doing. They did excessive force towards things they shouldn't have really been done. But then it's, through this situation, there's people talking about what, George sit up here and made the impact, not just where he stays at, but it's just like so many people that could connect with him in so many different ways. There was people, speaking very highly of him. And for that, I'm hearing people, don't, making scholarships in this man's life, of this man's name and stuff like that, and what he brought. And it was just very beautiful. It's sad that this had to happen, but then when you start seeing all these different videos where you're seeing everybody from the walk of life standing up for what this man is taking place, people that are doing evil doing, and they've been getting along, getting away with this stuff for so long. Now they're being outed. It took those certain people that, there are certain things that's taking place in people's lives where it had a negative impact on somebody, but it brought a beautiful outcome, even though those families lost somebody, which is very tragic. But it was like something that, a lot of times they always say tragedy end up becoming somebody else's blessing. And it's like that, and then it's in the public eye. I feel so bad for the people that really meant, a lot to him. But those are the things that are taking place that she is speaking on. I'm trying to put it, I don't want to be plagiarizing, but I'm just putting it in my own words, what she was talking about. And it says, let me see. Um, she was talking about, this is precisely what this year holds. Though it's not only a clear vision, but its ability to build a foundation with a clear vision. You're allowing yourself to say, this is what I want in my life. This is not what I'm going to keep tolerating. This is not the things that I'm going to sit down and watch take place. If I want to have that change, if you want that change, you're going to go out there and build that foundation. You are not going to be apologetic about it. You're not going to allow yourself to be a statistic about how we should live, what we should do, and where I'm not going to go. No, number one, we're nothing. That means we can build ourselves into everything. You won't be one simple thing. These are the things you had to go through. So she was talking about in 2017 was a year, 1 year. Numerology, numerolo, I'm not even going to say that word because I cannot say it right now, is giving us time to live in curiosity. It says in wonderment. It's also, it was like a year to where we are expanding our new horizons by for something different, not like you were before, and etc. 2018 was year two, and it was finding your spirituality, connecting with your higher self, universal consciousness, getting in touch with the psychic ability. 2019 was year three. It's about communication, creativity, creation, transition, transformation, transmutation, what I was already talking about. And the list goes on. It says, as we have gathered the energy to speak our truth, is propelling us to do a catalyst transformation that has shaken us into a deep and profound metamorphosis. It says such metamorphoses have allowed us to fully embrace ourselves, however uncomfortable, wild, profound, and likely freeing, and to transmute old stagnant energy into creation. As such as we are now hungry to build foundations for these new creations. You are ready to transition into not only having the clear visions of what is that we want to create, but you're starting to lay out a framework to blast it into existence in a lasting, starting way. And thus we jumped into 2020. And it says year 4, the year of the building foundations, building sturdy foundations. It's like right now is at that point where you're doing extreme reflection. Things are coming at you in different ways, but it's like I said in the other video, these things that you're tapping into is pushing you out your comfort zone. We have done things like just cuz, or we were going after the wrong thing, and if we were going after the right things, we're having the wrong reasons. This is now making you change the way you're doing that. So is allowing you to have a better transition, better transition to have a healthy foundation. You're going through these different things, but you're allowing yourself to get rid of anything that held you back from being the best version of yourself. You're allowing yourself to know, even though I'm going through so much hell right now, I have that power to face what is triggering me. If there's certain things that come at you, and it changes your emotions, not for the better but for the negative. That's showing you, hey, this it's a messed up situation to go through, but this, when you are being presented to this and it pulls you out your element or your peace of mind, that's basically telling you this is something you have to work on healing at. You're having to face things without any kind of mirror of escape. you know um we can have addictions doesn't always have to be drugs. It can be how you speak down about yourself, how you're being judgmental towards yourself as well as others, how you reply to things that go on in your life, how you deal with difficult situations, how are you allowing yourself to learn from the karmic cycles that you're connecting with now, that's teaching you all these different things. And changing how you go about things, rearranging family responsibilities, chores around the house, moving in with a partner, having a baby, anything else that is cause for rearranging of roles. Yeah, you're allowing yourself to change the way you want, because everybody's working on their manifestation of having a better lifestyle. We have gone through those times of spiritual awakening where it took you away from people that you used to connect with. You don't have the same interests as before. A lot of things that you did before, it doesn't really make you want to go for it anymore. You're starting to evolve. Even your company of the company you keep, that's changing as well. um Let me see. It's like a career, and it says perhaps this is the year to decide to continue your education, pursue a different degree, get your GED or a Reiki certification or whatever it is to help you build a foundation of what is that you want to do. And there's a lot of people I'm also connecting with that's wanting to do a YouTube channel, and I always tell people, hey, this is what you need to look for. These are the things you need to accept, it's pushing you out your element. Because a lot of times, or I have people that, are doing this and they're trying to get their fan base up to par, or get it up better. And getting up better, bringing more people to do these different situations, like with me and my situation right now when it comes to my YouTube channel. Universe was rearranging things for me that was going to be the better for me. It's just like I always do my videos on live feed, because it's like if you do it on your laptop, depending on Wi-Fi or whatever, it's like if I do it on my laptop, it takes like 2 or 3 hours. And I know when I was doing videos at that time on my laptop, I would do like 10 or 12 videos, and I would already fill out the tags. I would always fill out the descriptions, but it only took that one video that didn't go all the way through, and it knocked out all those things. And and I would be pissed. I'm like, I worked hard on, filling out this tags and the description, and all of a sudden it knocked it out. Then they got it and me like, hey, just do a live feed. And I said, well, I don't want to do it where people can connect because of the different situations I went through with racial slurs being thrown at me. So I said, I'm gonna stop doing live feed, even though I love doing it. There will be some people that will come in my way to try to, stop me from doing these things. So I was just like, they were like, shut the comments off. You can publish it after you're finished. And number one is like when you're doing it on live feed, it doesn't take that long. A process is going about its business. But with the COVID thing that's going on right now, a lot of people aren't getting the notifications until later on. So they were like, okay, the people that you connect with on, Facebook Messenger or even on Facebook, go through these different platforms and send them towards different people. And it's going to get people to, connect with you in that way, because a lot of things that you're going through, a lot of people are going through it too. A lot of people are like, Roz, I wouldn't know what to do. Um, if I didn't deal with your videos, it make me feel like I'm alone by myself. Or, you asking for a confirmation and boom, next thing you know, I don't put a video out that shed light on what you're needing an answer for. Um, and all these different things. So if it didn't maneuver me to do that, I wouldn't have really expanded myself, because it was just like the people I connected with. I may want to be friends with them on Facebook, but I wanted to keep my YouTube life and my Facebook life totally different, just because of the things that I'm connected to, the people I'm related to that is in the public eye, all those different things. But now, since I done took a lot of people off of my Facebook, that was, they had their own thing going on, or we just didn't even connect like that. I took a lot of people off. So it's just like, I'm doing what I do. And there's a lot of people that are like, Roslynn, thank you for doing these videos. It makes me feel good when I know I can bring somewhat of a comfort to somebody, or give them a deeper understanding, which is actually when I send out something or they bring somebody my way, they're giving me, knowledge from what other people are going through. Like, hey, this is not just happening to you. It's like a domino effect of what's taking place in people's lives, that needed to go. You're being tested with a lot of things right now. Maybe it may be your financial, you're going through a toxic marriage that you're trying to part ways with, or you're in a relationship that you are really ready to end, but you're not allowed to move on until you get the core of that lesson that need to be taught in your life, or soul lesson or life lesson, that this you've been placed in this situation to break that cycle. So, all these different things is telling you to step up, is making you, change course on what you're doing. They're changing your path, but they're also, you could be going for one thing, and it's like, I give different ideas to people that are, like, hey, Roz, I'm about to, do my own YouTube channel. And I always tell them, hey, this is what I go for. Or, I always ask them, hey, what kind of content you're doing? And, they go ahead and tell me. I'm like, oh, just give them ideas, and I was blessed like that. I didn't have many, but I had a blessing where people were giving me corrective criticism to broaden out the things that I was doing. Because, these people have been here longer than me, and they're almost, well, they're higher than me. So they're bringing me all this information that, hey, these are the do's and don'ts, or these are the things you can, have, giving you different choices, um on how to do your channel and stuff like that. So I always try to make sure I pass that on, because somebody was a blessing to me as I was for them, and I want to be able to pass that on. I want to be able to see a lot of, not a lot, let me retort, I love to see everybody win. you know um if you're going to do these different things, I tell them, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, or, I don't want to show my face or whatever. And I told them, my situation, what brought me here. I had to allow myself to be that open book, for judgment, just because of who I was telling about my story of who my father was, what I went through, the things I had to face, the gifts that I have, the visions that I have, all these things have been recorded, to where even when I predicted different things, whether it was like 6 months to a year, a couple of days before, they always made sure I spoke on these things. So there is always a record of me knowing a lot of things before it actually took place, which is a big blessing. So there's always a reason, even through your hardest times. This is helping you, expand what you need to do. Because it was like with me when I first started doing my videos, this was in the search of becoming connected with my biological family after my father passed away. Finding out, my mom, being able to understand, know her. That was just what my plan was to do that. But universe had different things in mind. That's how I started finding out about all these different gifts that I had, all the things I was learning just for me being able to open up and tell my experience. And they know I was always boldly blunt the way I talked about things. So I had to step out my element. I had to allow myself to be able to be pushed out there where other people can, understand what they're going through, being able to let them know, hey, even though you may feel alone with the things you got going on, you're not. You going through different things, and being able to know more things that I went through is the more videos I can make to other people can relate to. So these are the things that are, we had to go through this chaos because it's like pushing everything out where, even though it may feel like it's hell on earth with everything that's going on, people killing people, wanting to hurt people just because of different walks of life, ethnic background, all this stupid stuff that is going on. But it's in that midst of changing, we may not see it as a positive, but it's like everything is coming to the surface where nobody can't hide anymore. You can sit up here and say you all this one day, all day long, and then next thing you know, behind closed doors, this person is like night and day. It's two different. But when you're seeing the truth of what it is, and a lot of times when we see that truth, it's not pretty because you're getting it in its truest form. It's very raw. We're going through these different things, but it's just like the people that have done dirt, all of a sudden, well, it's been going on for a while, but all of a sudden it's just like when the people are paying different, different things to help their kids further in their education in these different colleges, and they're not doing the things that other people do, to get in college. They're trying to get them in these certain schools, and next, that backfired, and people just, they're singing like a bird, you know and these are the things that has had to happen. A lot of things is getting outed where you can't hide anymore, and money is not going to be your greatest asset to cover up the dirt that you did, because it's going to come right on up when karma feel like bringing that mess back on up. So it's just a lot of things that's being pushed out, is through all these different things. You have to be able to see past that. Why is this certain things taking place? Why is it, people are like, well, I'm scared, this is going to be we're living in our last day. It's like when you destroying stuff, we've been living in our last day for a long time, just because how we treat our fellow man, how we treat our neighbors, finances, economics, the political, all these different things is coming out, and is really showing where these things have to change. If we want change to take place, all these changes gonna have to take place. So let me see what else she said. It was talking about it's like all these things are coming out, and it's just like, you're living in your truth, no matter how hard it is, what other people's judgment or opinions about you. You're getting pushed out of that comfort zone. They want you to be able to grow. They want you to be able to venture off on things that's not going to just be for your better well-being, but how you're going to service as being a light worker towards others that are needing your knowledge, your experiences, your words of wisdom. All these different things are taking place. That is, crazy. But then it was just like me seeing everything that's going on. I said, there's something that we're missing. There's something that we're not, clicking with or connecting with. We have, we all got our views on what's taking place. We all got our views on how we see the world and all this. They said how you see the world is how you see yourself. I feel like, yes, there's chaos going around, but I know I'm dealing with a lot of chaos, my personal chaos, dealing with toxic stuff out on there, out in the world. I got my own, I can be my own toxic person, because there's certain things that, I'm still trying to heal from. I'm still trying to make peace with. I'm trying to forgive and let go so I can release, all these different things. I can keep it real. A lot of times that stuff is not pretty. We deal with toxic people, but yet there's a little bit of toxic in us as well. If there are certain things that you see in a negative way, or how you see others, how you're placing judgment, all these different things. But this is the reason why we had that quarantine, because there's things that are taking place in life. Things are getting uncovered. You're learning new things every day, which is just like, it's just really crazy. But you're seeing truth for what it is. It's guiding you towards a better purpose in your life. You know, you've been at jobs and careers, or even maybe majored in school that wasn't, you know, you don't find interesting anymore. Or, you know, when you see the world, them veils got smashed off and you ain't seeing things like you used to see anymore. It's broadening you. So, you know, she has a lot that's being said on here. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put her information on. But it's just when she gets down and dirty with this, sister is getting down and dirty with it. So it is just going through the midst of change, and it gets so much deeper. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave her information up here, so in case you want to pull this article up and get a deeper understanding. But we are making history. You know, we have gone through cycles and cycles that has been, you know, repeated, you know, so much down the line. It makes you feel in certain parts that you see in the world. You know, it's like when I see certain things where black people are getting beat down like that, it puts me in the same, you know, era is when they were doing this in the 60s. Like when they see the whole bunch of black people, they were beating them up in the crowds, or they were spraying them down with water hoses, just being straight ugly. But it is just like these things had to come to the surface to piss you off and say, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of living this life like that. Just because you say I have to live like this don't mean I always have a choice to not choose to live by what society wants. I'm going to do better. If I want to do better, I'm going to make those better changes. I'm going to make those ultimate sacrifices that may pull me out and it may feel uncomfortable. But things, you know, when you want things to change, it can be uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable about being uncomfortable. But, you know, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this article up there, you know, give you the, you know, the link towards that so you can pull it up. And, you know, I hope it helps you, you know, it gives you a deeper understanding about what is taking place. Because when I say she went into detail, it went in detail. It's probably, ooh, it's a lot of information, you know, but I just didn't want to spend like no hour talking about that. But, you know, that's giving you that down. It's just like you know, it's like our ancestors are proud of us, even though we might be going through things that may, you know, it can be overwhelming, it can be very stressful. It can make you downright depressed. But when everything's all said and done, you're going to understand. You're going to have a deeper understanding. And it's like your whole view on life is going to transform in a major way. Like, wow. And this is taking place in my life. This is really happening. But yeah, I'm going to give a post notification shout out to um, Real Spiritual Bosses. Ray Clay, much love to you. Laureen, Brandon, and Bakarazu D, and Aubrey Compton. Much love to you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. You know, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, you know, tell somebody about the channel. Um, if you want to get in touch with me privately for me to help you get a deeper understanding about your spiritual purpose as well as your gift in life, uh, go ahead and connect with me on Facebook Messenger. You can look me up under my name. Let me know that you connect with me and you're a part of the Heyoka family. And you know, whatever we speak on is confidential. If I can't give you the answers that you need, I will give you the information you need to guide you towards the answers you need. And I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible for everything you do. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything that you're trying to manifest in life, it comes 1,000 more, 100,000 more of what you expected or even asked and prayed for. And I hope it comes so much sooner than you expected as well. And make sure, even through social distancing, you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity, words, vibes, frequencies. You know, you never know. All those things can really take somebody a long way. So I'll see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace.